We'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which this project is created, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. We'd also like to pay our respects to elders past, present, and emerging.
Settle down and gather round for another tale. In the world of Nua, where time has carved and cultivated a magical utopia of wonder, a small group of adventurers unlock the deep mysteries of the land, its people, and themselves. Welcome to the Down Under Dungeon podcast.
Dear Cecilia, Arnold, please cast Speak with Animals and read this to her word for word. Thank you for helping us on our journey through the Sidewinder Canyon. Getting us to the Pension Prospecting Guild site proved to be one of the most helpful parts of the journey so far. Rika admitted that she doesn't think much of the High Elves of Bientiorum, even though they seem to be the ones behind this excavation operation. A bit weird, don't you think? Louis also swiped some documents that let us know they're using a trade route through the Shivering Sea to avoid Feldspar. It seems they must not be on speaking terms. The low part of this journey was when the blood bees attacked you. I'm sorry for getting annoyed at you. I just love you and wanted to save you. Lysandra can be so strong sometimes, so I'm glad she was able to finally wrestle you out of the way, though I still harbor great shame in myself for not being able to do it. I wonder if the painter, Robert, that we encountered will include you in his landscape. I know that I asked him to include a symbolism of fire, but if he had any sense, he would include you too. Qwig gave him the eyeballs that he found that seemed to be sacrificed to some god of death from the sewers, and he ate one. I'm not normally one to yuck someone's yum, but nearly disintegrated eyeballs has to cross some kind of line, like one-way ticket to demon possession, please. I'm writing this preparing to say goodbye to you, which is fitting as I'm also saying goodbye to summer. Today marks the last day before fall. We have found an opening deeper into the canyon, and alas my faithful companion, it doesn't seem like you'll be able to fit. And I'm hoping you'll be able to find it in your heart to forgive me, though I suspect I might save you from what we are to find inside this chasm. I hope you like the glass trinket I made for you, and I hope you make it home safe. You're the best Mantelope a druid could ever have, and I would be distraught should anything happen to you. Love always, Feng.
Ready?
Never. Oh, I was gonna
Oh my god.
I was gonna start. I was gonna start it at the ready, never.
No, just start with Jeremy coughing out a lung.
Help!
Yeah, we.
Yeah, so Jeremy's a chain smoker.
Jeremy is dying. Actively dying.
To record a session when you have to break every 8 minutes. So you just go and stuff a ciggy outside.
Each episode, full day.
After every dice roll.
I'm like, guys, it's too
so
much.
stressful.
It's too much.
Speaking of stressful,
Oh no.
at the end of the last session, Feng tearfully said goodbye to Cecilia as she could not follow you into this tiny little chasm at the end of Sidewinder Canyon.
That was so cruel as a DM. You just give me Cecilia, and you take her away, what, 2 episodes later?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Would you
give
prefer
it.
me to just keep her along so that she can get into a combat?
Yeah, never mind.
It would turn every combat into like a
Protect Cecilia.
I knew you would literally all 4 of you lay down your lives for an NPC Mantelope.
Yeah, that's it.
Good, as long as you know.
Yeah. So after saying goodbye to Cecilia, you traversed this chasm, taking all of the day and into the late night. You arrived before a spectacle before you, admiring this huge monolith of stone that has obviously been around for eons. As you begin to excavate into a tunnel at the far side of this space, you could say midnight reached and the end of summer as the twin moons caressed over this huge space.
That sounds important.
It's really important.
It is now autumn, it is now fall. A giant spectral guardian was summoned from this gate. Let's roll initiative!
I got it. On a nat 20, I got a 22.
Nice.
Jealous.
Feng got a 13.
Lysandra got a 3.
Good old lovely dexterous Louis got a 2.
We're so good at this.
We are literally on fire, guys. We are amazing. We got this.
Before you is the scene. The actual diameter of this huge space is around 100 feet. Okay, so this is the area you can move within. You see the Spectral Guardian is standing right in front of you. It goes the Spectral Guardian, then you guys, and then the tunnel is at your backs behind you.
Right, and how far away is the Guardian from us?
At this point, I would say 50 feet.
Okay.
Okay.
The tunnel is about 3/4 excavated, and you see that while the professor takes cover, Holly also tentatively steps forward and steps to one side, looking about to flank this beast or to get out of the way. Up first on initiative 22 is Qwig.
Ooh.
Okay.
You see this hulking being stitched together of disparate pieces of ore and mineral that were literally seemingly summoned forth from the ground beneath it. You see what would be the head kind of like turns its face unnervingly and unknowingly towards you.
With that said, Qwig is going to cast Mage Armor.
You just hear like a little like beep as like is that an action?
Yeah, that's an
Oh my
action.
god, that's so funny.
My entire action, and I have nothing I can do with my bonus action.
Okay.
So I will place myself in the back of the group.
Low-level wizards.
Hey.
Next initiative is the professor. Once she sees Qwig running, she follows suit, and she will give you the help action on the next
Give
turn.
me the help action. I don't make attack rolls. It's hard. I don't know, maybe I'll think really hard next turn. Please, Professor, what is this beast?
Yeah, see if there's any like ways that we can shut this down, kind of like the ritual if it's reminiscent of the other
I
one.
like that. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I have thoughts.
You see the next to move is the Spectral Guardian. You see at the sight of Qwig and the Professor fleeing, the Spectral Guardian levitates a couple of feet off the ground,
Oh.
and pointing its halberd forward, it zooms 60 feet up in front of you all.
I think I activated its predator instinct. Back away, it's like there.
You see, it moves in a straight line, straight through debris, boulders. It has no impact on the environment around it.
Interesting.
Oh, I'm scared.
The Spectral Guardian is going to use its action to do a multi-attack, and will make 2 melee weapon attacks, one against Feng and one against Lysandra, as they are at the tunnel's mouth.
Bring it.
Let's go.
Oh yeah.
Just roll bad though.
Okay, Feng does a 15 hit.
That hits.
Lysandra does a 22 hit.
Well, yeah, of course. Come on.
Ah, shit.
Wow.
Please
Oh, wait.
Everyone, remember you have 6 temporary hit points from this morning.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
thank you.
Please put them on your sheet.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So that is 8 necrotic damage to Lysandra and 5 necrotic damage to Feng as it slashes into you. I need both of you to make a wisdom saving throw as this black iron halberd pulsating with this purple energy. It doesn't slice into you, it bats you aside. It is so dull.
Ooh.
Oh,
Okay, let's go. 13 for Feng.
18 for Lysandra.
That is a pass for Lysandra, that is a fail for Feng.
Shit.
Feng, you are frightened
Oh god.
and your speed is reduced to 0.
Okay.
I would like to react to being hit and taking damage, and I would love to Hellish Rebuke.
Ooh, okay, Lysandra. That's just damage that you roll.
Yes, it is. You basically... So what you would see is you would see Lysandra pulling around her sword, dragging it in the ground, and then pointing it up in front of her, pointing her finger out, and you would see a shadow leaping from her finger, dragging with it, almost like a nightmare horse, this purple flame that surrounds this creature.
Okay,
Wow.
it has to make a what?
Dexterity 10 saving throw.
That is a pass.
Ooh.
It still takes half damage. 9 points of fire damage.
Okay. You see as these purple flames lick over the carapace of this mighty guardian, you see it stands there unflinching as the fire does find its mark, but just caresses over the body.
Do we get the sense that it's resistant or immune?
You will have to make a check on your turn if you want to
Okay.
surmise that. Feng.
Okay. Would it cost me my action to make that check if I wanted to understand whether it was resistant or immune to fire?
I'll let you make a wisdom check.
Awesome. But would that cost me my action?
I'll give you a bonus action.
Okay. I will. I'm under the frightened condition at the moment from it.
Right.
Do I make a certain save at the start or the end of my turn?
No, it's you are frightened until the end of its next turn.
Okay. Until the end of its next turn.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, I'll use my bonus action to make that check.
Yep.
Wisdom check.
Wisdom.
17.
It definitely did some damage.
Okay.
So it's you would rule out the fire immunity.
Awesome. Then I'm just going to use my action to summon Promi, throw the lamp down at the spectral guardian's feet, and it has to make a dexterity saving throw.
That passes.
Then nothing happens. Promi is there.
Yeah, you see Promi tentatively coos up at this insane guardian in front of it and looks back at you hesitantly. You know that Pokemon Rowlet meme with the ground on? Rowlet's looking back.
Don't worry, Promi, we're here too, and because we're also standing up at it, me and Lysandra.
Okay, so that is your action and bonus action.
Yeah.
You can't move because you are frightened. That is...
Sorry. Frightened, you use your movement to move away from the thing that's frightening
Yeah, I thought
you.
that too.
That's how...
This is its spectral rend. Or be frightened and have its speed reduced to 0.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's you don't have to move away, but you can't willingly move towards it.
Okay.
But you are under the frightened condition as well. But
Yeah.
it's that, and you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks while Source of Fear is in sight.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I should have had disadvantage on that wisdom check then. Oh.
That's right, we'll remember for next time.
Saving throws.
That is Holly's turn. You see Holly takes the dash action and gets all the way around on the other side of the space here, so behind the spectral guardian.
What's she doing?
I know.
Lysandra, that is now your turn.
Fantastic.
You've been thudded to the side.
How rude. Lysandra is going to, manifesting the energy of the Hellish Rebuke that she just cast, is going to attempt to control the energy that was put out there and bring that shadow back around and use her bonus action to manifest Echo.
Okay.
And I'm going to attempt to do it on the other side of the Guardian, if that's within 15 feet.
So where Holly is?
Then probably next to Holly.
Okay. If it's only 15, where can you summon your shadow?
Within 15 feet of me.
Okay. So it's definitely close up, probably directly on the other side of the Stone Guardian rather than the other side of the Moon Gate.
Yeah, I want to do the other side of the Stone Guardian.
Wonderful. Okay, yeah. You all see the flames kind of shed off of the golem and almost become corporeal and form into a black liquid that seeps onto the sand. And at Lysandra's command, it reincorporates into a figure of a four-horned tiefling as well.
Oh, fun. Just for everyone listening in, my Echo has an AC of 16 and 1 hit point. Immunity to all conditions.
Nice.
Perfect. And then with that, Lysandra is going to just go and swing in with her bone longsword and go for the knees. Oh no. That's a 15 to hit.
15 hits.
Oh, nice. Amazing.
Okay. That's an achievable armor class. We got this.
I can do maths. That's 11 points of slashing damage.
You see as Lysandra swipes out with her magic sword, she finds purchase on this spectral guardian for 11 points, you said?
Yes, 11 points.
Okay. And that is your turn?
Yes, that is my turn.
We'll move down the order to Louis.
Right down.
Remember you?
Remember me, the old woman in the back? I think Louis, seeing all this go off and flashes of purple and light and fire, she is going to pretty quickly realize that doesn't have much she can really throw at it. So she's going to cast Bane to attempt to make it harder to hit her and her friends.
Okay.
So it has to make a charisma saving throw. It's a DC 13.
13. It fails.
No.
Nice.
All right. So that means that whenever a target that fails the saving throw makes an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, the target must roll a d4 and subtract the number rolled from the attack roll or saving throw.
Really good.
And it lasts for a minute. But it's
Too
concentration.
easy. Now, are you staying up here at the tunnel entrance or are you moving?
I am currently going to stay back so I can provide basically support fire if I need to.
Okay. We'll now move back up to the top of the order. Qwig.
I have a question. How tall is it? Is it a large creature?
This is a medium. Sorry, brother.
Who's around it? Who's on each side of this thing?
I would say Lysandra's Echo is on one side and Holly is at the back of it.
And so is Feng, Lysandra, and Promi.
Yeah, no.
We're basically surrounding it.
I was seeing if I could place something higher so it wouldn't get you guys in it. I will then do Phantasmal Force again.
Okay. Now, this, in terms of perception, yeah, it doesn't even have to understand language.
No, it doesn't.
So what do you conjure as a phantasmal force in front of this spectral guardian?
Qwig's thinking really hard about what he will conjure because he's like, I need to be creative. And I think he just conjures a 10-foot tall version of himself to just punch the guardian.
Full Kaiju Qwig.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Just a little taller than Feng. It just comes and just swings.
Wait, you're terrifying.
And it make an intelligence saving throw for me.
God.
And can it please fail?
God.
Yeah.
Damn it. That's a nat 2 on the die.
Yippee!
Yippee! It takes 5 psychic damage, baby.
Which it will take. 5, you say?
Yep.
Okay. Qwig, that is your turn.
And it is, sorry, because I can't move it, it is just occupying a 10-foot cube around where the Guardian currently is. But it's not actually taking up any space, so it's not in anybody's way.
Okay.
But it thinks, the Guardian will think that it is there.
You see the spectral guardian almost like there's like a big mosquito that's like carrying it, just starts like swinging around, full like King Kong, like batting down aeroplanes. That is the professor's turn. She's going to give you the help action again, Qwig. That is the golem's turn. So is it restricted to do anything?
No, it just has to like consider it a real thing that can do damage to it.
Okay.
So, but it's like if other people were doing more damage, of course it would focus on those people. But it is like essentially to the golem, this is an active combatant that just hurt it.
Right, okay, no worries.
But it could again use its action, make the investigation check, and just end the spell.
I think it's not going to do that because it does not have great intelligence. I think it's going to take one swing at Lysandra and one swing at this projection.
Bring it on!
So the projection has no AC or anything like that.
Nope.
Remember, it's also baned.
Yes, so it rolls a 6. Lysandra. Does a 22 hit?
You asked me that before, yes!
Rip.
I might have gotten another +1 to your AC since then. Come on.
You didn't get the random message of +3 AC.
Damn.
You're in the moon's light. It's reinforcing.
That's 5 necrotic damage, and I need another wisdom saving throw from you.
Yep. Can do. That's a 5.
5.
It's 5.
Okay, that is a fail. You are now frightened until the end of its next turn, and your speed is reduced to 0.
God damn it.
Which is not great. That is the golem's turn. Feng.
Alright, as my action, I am going to use once a day heroism. So I haven't used this for a few episodes. I will get 4 temporary hit points at the start of every single one of my turns while I'm concentrating on this. But more importantly, I am immune to being frightened.
Wonderful.
So I don't want to deal with that anymore. That's my action. Like I said, I think some of the dirt that was on my body starts to kind of almost like hover as this like earthly aura. And I feel like as it gets more powerful, it's like a thicker layer of earth that kind of rises off me. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to command Promi to attack the Spectral Guardian.
Okay, it's another dex save.
No, it's just a roll to attack.
Oh, wonderful.
Damn it, it just rolled up a nat 20.
I saw that as well.
Nah, that's only an 8.
8 misses.
That's my turn.
You see it swats away Promi much more convincingly than Qwig's apparition. That's your turn.
Yep.
That is Holly. You are all in the fray. Holly's going to do something. That misses.
What did she do?
Yeah, what did Holly do?
Yeah, you see a rogue dagger just like hits the ground like a couple of feet.
Who was it aimed at?
God, I wish I still hated her. It's really so vindicating.
That is Lysandra. You are frightened. You cannot move. You cannot move towards this creature.
Luckily, you're already in front of it.
Yeah, you can attack it, just be...
Oh, I can attack it, but it's disadvantage?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
See if you hit.
So I'm going to attack once with Lysandra. That's a 19 to hit.
Hits.
Nice.
Pretty good. So from Lysandra, that's not so great. That's 6 points of damage.
You always hit through disadvantage. Fighters are so good.
Yeah.
We'll see. And then we'll see what happens here.
Comes another attack.
And then for my special action, Unleash Incantation from...
Isn't it Incarnation?
Yes, it is. Unleash Incarnation. After you see Lysandra kind of weakly swing her sword and manage to hit the echo on the other side of this spectral guardian, forms this long, sharp, what looks like a stick and goes to slash.
It'd have the same plus, right?
The same plus, but it's not the same sword. It's...
If you click into it, it might.
Yeah, because I think it counts as you making an attack from its space. It would be the same sword.
But I've got like a magical...
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah?
it's still your stats attacking.
Perfect. So 25 to hit.
25 hits.
Brilliant. 9 points of slashing damage from the echo as it slashes across with this pointy, sharp stick.
Very nice.
That's really good for this little, 15 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that is Lysandra's turn. Louis.
Hi. I'm going to try to take out my flute from this distance, and I'm going to play the most discordant, awful, sharp melody you've ever heard. And I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers on this creature.
Sweet.
It must make a wisdom saving throw.
Was that a wisdom?
Wisdom, but it is also baned.
Yes.
Good memory.
Yeah.
That's still going to pass.
Yeah.
Damn.
Still
takes half,
damage.
yeah.
12 points of damage.
Ooh.
Half to 6.
Half to 6.
Did not like that.
Good.
Okay. At the top of the order, that is back to Qwig.
Qwig immediately has his phantasmal self just punch. Just punch again. Does 1 point of damage.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Every little bit counts.
But Qwig has this moment because he was curious. He wasn't sure if the phantasmal force would work on it. He says, he kind of whispers under his breath, so it has a mind, and minds can be exploited. And he's just going to use his action to cast Mind Sliver.
Ooh.
And can it make an intelligence saving throw?
God damn, these intelligence.
Yeah, boy. You have dumb enemies for us to fight.
Fail.
It's Also dead.
Boom! It takes another 2 points of psychic damage.
God.
And it must take an additional d4 off of its next saving throw on top of the bane.
Very nice.
Okay.
Here we go.
That is the professor's turn. She's just cheering on Qwig. There's not much she can do. If you need, you haven't needed.
I don't make any attack rolls for my spells.
Yeah, rip. That
Professor, can you figure out a way to turn it off? I'm like gesturing up to the roof. Like, can you cover that?
I'll make you. Oh my god, she literally just crit. She looks at you. I'm gonna need you to roll a d4 for me.
All right. I'm looking at 2.
2. You see, she looks at you and says, "Right, I should have this figured out in a beat." And she will have this situation figured out in 2 rounds.
Woo!
Okay.
Nice.
Heck yeah. Wait, guys, it's all right. Don't kill it. It's fine.
Just let it
This
die.
is now an open investigation.
Any killing of the creature is disruption of evidence.
That is the golem's turn.
Uh-oh.
The golem is getting very annoyed with the giant Qwig, and it's going to make that check.
Okay, go for it.
Nice.
So it's an intelligence check.
Investigations.
Investigation check, yep. That is not going to do it. That is a 5.
Sick.
No.
Waste this action.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. That is that. He can't do anything else.
At the end of its turn, do I get to try and save from being frightened?
No, it just
No?
ends.
Oh, it just ends at the end of it.
Nice.
Nice.
Yes, doesn't matter.
Okay. That is back down to Feng.
Awesome. I would like to, even if it costs me my bonus action, the way you've described this thing as spectral, is it the same kind of spectral than the ghost zombie things we fought in this Arcanite ritual?
You can make a nature or a history check.
I'm going to make a nature check. That's a nat 20.
Feng, it is frighteningly familiar.
Feng almost has like PTSD flashbacks from that because he went down that fight as well. And he's just going to be like, oh, this reminds me of those things we fought. And he's just going to fire off a 2nd level Scorching Ray.
Nice.
Nice.
That is 2 dirty 20s and a 12.
The first 2 hit, the last one misses. It skeets off and hits the side of one of the monolith.
Skeet.
Yeah, that is 10 points of fire damage.
No worries. Okay. That is Holly's turn. You see a silver dagger thumps into the back of one of the spectral guardian. Holly crits.
Yes.
Nice. What do you mean one of the spectral guardians? Is there more than one?
Sorry.
It's split in half.
Yes.
One of the daggers in the spectral
Well, the
guardian.
other one is mine. So.
So not only did Holly crit, but she rolled max damage on the dice.
Yes.
So she does a total of 30 points of damage.
Holy
And you see the spectral guardian buckles to one knee.
That's crazy.
Holly, you're like quite strong for someone so academic. Is that normal?
And you hear, what exactly does that mean? And you hear,
Yeah, really bad to make it gendered
That
right
was-
now, Thing.
Wait.
That's really bad.
Wait, I just said that she was academic. It had nothing to do with gender.
you see Holly shoot Feng a withering look.
Now
and
you know
then-
how it feels.
And then kind of look sympathetically towards Qwig.
I would just like to ask how me giving a compliment turned into getting berated.
That's what happened to me! That's what happened to me!
I'm attacking you on my next turn.
I thought you were gonna attack me.
Yeah, I'll attack you too.
That is Lysandra's turn.
Brilliant. Did you say that she used a silvered weapon?
Yes.
No, I'm just gonna stick with my bone longsword. That's fine. I'm gonna... Lysandra, seeing that the Guardian is sort of buckled down onto one knee, is going to grab the ricasso of the sword and go to thrust it in to try and finish, like, with a final blow.
It's gonna be one hell
Gonna see.
blow.
It might not work, but we'll see. It's a 24 to hit,
That hits.
Yeah, probably.
probably. Dice. max damage, so 13 points of slashing damage,
Okay.
and then is going to, what is it? Special action, action surge, and go to push the sword in further to try and rip it out and try to finish it off. We'll see. That's disappointing. 13 to hit.
Misses.
Damn it. Very disappointing. Lysandra is going to use a bonus action to teleport into the spot of her echo. The shadow sort of disperses over the ground and almost like she's sinking into wet sand. It's going to envelop both of them and they swap places, and she's now behind the golem. Not the golem. Now it's behind the guardian where her echo was, and her echo is next to Feng.
No worries.
Sick.
Louis, it's your turn.
Yep. I'm going to once again try and cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay.
As I project this just screeching awful, the most awful notes that I can possibly think of. I'm projecting into this creature's mind just to try to dig into its brain.
Wisdom?
Yes, sir. And is also baned still.
Double banned.
Double baned.
Yeah,
my-
2D.
True. What's your spell save?
13.
Oof, yeah, this is gonna just...
God damn it.
Literally got a 14. Okay.
Wait, I can still take damage.
Yes, yeah.
Not as good as last time. 11 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
Half to 5.
Half to 5, thank you. I'm going to Bardic Inspiration onto Lysandra as well for my final one for the day. I just be like, I don't know what that was, but it was kind of cool, so maybe keep doing it.
Thank you.
Okay, now as you see that the golem has kind of pieces starting to fall off it, you almost hear this groaning, grinding sound as these rocks start to shear off against each other. The circlet monolith behind you starts to glow again with this purple energy, and a giant shockwave emanating from the middle of this area moves out from the spectral guardian. I'm going to need Feng, Lysandra's shadow, Holly, and Louis are all going to have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Promi as well?
And Promi.
Okay.
So Professor and I yeah, so what are you thinking?
Yeah.
Aye.
It's a DC 15.
Feng and Promi failed.
Louis also failed.
Both succeed.
Okay.
Nice.
So you'll still take half, Lysandra,
Oh no.
which probably means your shadow's gone too.
Yeah.
That's 13 points of necrotic damage. On a failure, that also reduces your hit point maximum by that amount.
Oof.
If you pass, you take half the amount and your hit point maximum is not reduced.
Okay, I've got to do a concentration check on heroism. That's a failure. Heroism
So
drops.
I have to make one for Bane as well. Come on. Nah. Bane drops.
Bane drops. Heroism drops. Qwig, you have just seen this huge pulse of necrotic energy explode out from the spectral guardian. It is now your turn. What do you do?
Guys, if you want to get out of there, we can just, keep attacking it from a distance. If you want to look after yourselves, can you get out? And I'm going to have my big guy, hit it again. And it does 4 psychic damage this turn. And then I'm going to Mind Sliver again.
Okay.
Intelligence save.
19 on the dice.
Oh, that doesn't do anything then. It's a cantrip. Aw, rude. Okay.
That is Prepper's turn. That's then the golem's turn. So let me remind, is Promi still up?
Oh, I forgot about Promi. Promi took 14. 13 damage. Promi is still up.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Shadow's gone.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries. Holly succeeded on her save.
Good job, Holly.
So
Maybe you're not useless after all.
the only two close to it then would be Promi and Lysandra.
Lysandra is behind it, if that does anything.
It has the 60 feet movement.
That's
so
not-
it could
I know, I'm just...
it could turn around.
Feng's too low in front of it.
Oh, Feng? Oh, do you want me to hit you rather than?
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
No, you can hit me. I'll take the fall.
Oh, I'm gonna hit you.
Oh my gosh.
Are you?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Bane's off.
Yep.
So yeah, 21.
Yeah, that hits.
And does a 18 hit Promy?
Yes.
That's 10 points of necrotic damage to Lysandra.
Lysandra's down.
Ooh.
Shit.
7 points of necrotic damage to Promy.
Promy's down. Promy disappears.
That is the Spectral Guardian's turn.
This is not looking good.
Bang, you have just for the first time, you see Promy kind of like chirps back to you, kind of like when a duckling gets lost from its mum, and you just see this massive halberd cleave through your darling Promy, and it's almost like the sound of a corn kernel popping as he is just eviscerated into flames.
That's really sad, but don't worry, I can summon him again, everyone. No one needs to worry.
Okay, good. Worry about yourself.
I'm
There's
gonna
just no noise from Lysandra and all just a thud.
I'm actually going to probably...
Yeah, Feng's like, don't worry about Promy, everyone.
Don't worry.
Just face down is down.
In fact, I'm actually probably going to summon him again this round, but I'm still highly stressed. First, I'm going to bonus action Healing Word on Lysandra.
Thank you.
Nice. Lysandra gets 5 hit points as he mutters, we decided on Kindle for Jeff Bezos. That's my bonus action, and as my action, I'm going to use my second wild shape to bring Promy back, and the Spectral Guardian has to make a Dex saving throw, and it minuses a D4 from Mindsliver. Oh no, Mindsliver missed. Damn.
Yeah,
So yeah, just a
sorry.
straight Dex.
19 on the dice.
That succeeds, so nothing else happens. That is my turn.
That is Holly's turn. She's going to huck another dagger from behind this column. That is going to hit. It's not crit though.
Holly, I take back everything bad I said about you.
Yeah, you see another knife finds its purchase in the back of this guardian. It kind of hovers there for a second before falling loose to the ground. And you see that this spectral guardian is barely hobbling along, but you cannot let it get to the lair action. That is Lysandra.
Okay, 15 feet of movement to get up from being prone. Lysandra is going to try and fling up her sword to slash through it, seeing that it's now even weaker. 23 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
Fantastic. With 12 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Describe what happens as you dispatch the spectral guardian.
Lysandra gets that killing blow again.
I think what happens is Lysandra looks a bit drained from going down, but gets up and in a fury of, I feel like rage, she hasn't gone down yet, has basically pulled back her sword, holding on to the grip and her shield out in front of her, swings through, I'm going to say, taking off one of its legs as it topples down.
As you see, Lysandra plunges her sword into the spectral guardian and it topples to the ground. There is a beat of silence in the middle of the night, and then all of a sudden you hear Professor say, it's a moon gate. That's what it is.
Thank you, Professor.
Yeah, I think we got that.
Could have mentioned that to us before we came in here.
Well, I don't think it was responding to the moon so much as us, and she points to the tunnel. You see, as you all converge back at the entrance, Holly saunters on over, looks at you, Lysandra, and says, "Nice to see I softened it up for you."
You hardly softened it up, but thank you.
Okay, says Holly. I'm not sure how to take that energy. I'm guessing, look, I'm just going to say that's a compliment.
It is a compliment. You're welcome.
Was that necrotic damage it was dealing out? It was pretty nasty.
Yeah, not very fun. Not very nice.
Yeah, I feel actually a lot weaker than usual.
Yeah, I'm an old lady and there's a lot of exhaustion going on, but there is something that has drained me a little more than usual.
It's a being powered by, rare metals and the power of the moon, and it does life-draining energy.
Interesting. Oh, and the blue liquid kind of felt like it was draining your essence. Can we go and inspect the moon gate? Is there anything around there?
Yeah, you can make a check for me.
What kind?
Whatever, if it's probably, unless you're looking into some significance of the gate, I'm going to say make a religion check. And if it is physically examining the structure, an investigation check.
Are you looking for something that resembles that liquid?
Maybe. I actually think instead, I was planning to do that, but I might actually go the religious route like you said. And I think I'm going to turn it into a kind of ritual-esque type of thing. So I'm going to cast Enhance Ability on myself, giving me Fox's Cunning. So that gives me advantage on intelligence checks. And I think that the way that this manifests is probably like he grabs some of the dirt, crunches it in his hand, taps it with his staff, and it turns into these like small embers of flames, and he kind of douses it over his body as he starts to like assess this area and see what religious, I guess, things he can find, or what is this area significant for, if anything. Is there any materials around?
What does the fox say?
Professor.
Religion check?
Make the roll.
That becomes a 16, 17 down to a 16.
16. Immediately you understand that there is some connection between the henge and this moon gate here. And it seems, looking at the significance of this area, it may be an entry, but you also can't shake the feeling that this might be the back door or an exit to something that you've arrived upon. This place seems hallowed and not easily accessible from any other place other than that tunnel that you've been excavating. Obviously, this area is newly accessible through the chasm that you have come, in terms of, in proportion to how old the structure actually is.
Yeah.
And with a 16, it seems like it could be related to the stone druids, but you can't say so for sure.
Yeah, are these moonstones similar to the ones that were around when we did the concretion ritual?
You can't see any moonstones.
I thought the gate might be made of them.
You do. It does strike you that the twin moons of Nuar are very obviously significant, and so therefore different cultures would probably revere them in different ways, even though they functionally do the same thing. So what are you dealing with here? Is this something that was older than the Stone Druids, or something that was influenced by the Stone Druids?
I don't know. That's a tough one.
You see the professor comes out and dusts off her robes and says, "Well, I knew I made a good decision in bringing you with us. Well done, well done. Well, I'm sure that thing didn't like us digging around in here, but it looks like you made the best of that. What was going on with all of the shadowy, fiery things going on here?" And she casts an eye towards Lysandra. I just sensed that there wasn't just some spookiness coming from that golem there.
Lysandra would know that this is her, controlling whatever the force was that happened in the tent, right? She would, understand that. Cool. I guess you could say that I was just trying to protect everyone and control whatever it was that happened back with Sister Yellen. I'm not too sure why it was shadowy like that, but I mean, it was helpful.
You seem to do a pretty good job of controlling it in that battle.
How are your emotions? Qwig's just pulled out his light from his wand again. He's scanning over the shadow. He's like, it's gone.
It is gone.
Stop doing it.
I don't quite know how I feel about being knocked to the ground, but I'm okay now. I think I was...
No, but what about when you made it attack and you teleported? Is that got anything to do with your emotions?
Make an insight check for me, Lysandra.
Qwig's on the ground.
Scurrying through the shadow.
That's a 5.
If with a 5,
Did you
don't...
use your bardic?
Oh, I have my bardic. Yeah. Thank you. 9.
With a 9, you in this moment truly believe that you probably couldn't summon the shadow now that everything is dissipated and passed. But a combination of your prowess in battle and kind of the tunnel vision that is granted to fighters as they're in the heat of battle, the emotions of wanting to save and help your friends kind of combined with your training and your discipline in combat. And so it just became more of an extension of yourself rather than something conscious that you were doing. And whether that brings you comfort or more discomfort is up to you.
Lysandra pauses for a moment and thinks, I've never had much control in my life. And I don't know if I could control that, but I felt as though it was an extension of my sword, an extension of being able to protect people.
Wait, you think it's related to your sword?
I don't think so. I think it's more related to me.
Oh, you mean, okay, extension of you fighting.
You see Holly laughs and goes, silly Qwig, I told you a couple of days ago that it wasn't cursed.
But I don't know if it's like, she said this extension of a sword. That is a pretty reasonable thing to assume based on what she just said.
Oh, you're so right, Quiggy, she says, and she leans down. Pinches your cheek.
I look real grumpy.
I did not see this coming at all, and I'm such a fan of it, but I hate it at the same time.
Craig's like, oh my god, what do I do? I'm trying to be taken seriously.
Holly, where'd you learn to fight so well?
Holly clears her throat and says, oh, so we're on to me now. I huck a few knives and we have questions, but this fighter summons forces that she apparently can't control.
It does seem much more important than the knife thing.
I agree, but I also, I don't want to cause any problems, but Holly gets very defensive every time we ask a question, so I also just, want that noted in the room.
Holly, I actually have a question for you. You said something about the type of magic it was using being necrotic. How do you know about that?
She looks at Qwig and looks back at Professor and says, well, I studied arcane, I've studied synthesis and spell components, so I'm very familiar with the representations of different schools of magic.
So would you be able to tell us how that spirit guardian got here? What that gate is made of?
You see, Holly's going to make a check, and the professor's going to give her a help action. 19. Dirty 19 on the dice.
Nice.
You see Holly takes a moment and walks around the moon gate before returning to you and kind of half chuckling, saying, it seems it's some kind of a moon dial. You'll notice what day it is, of course. It's the first day of fall. It's the autumn equinox, if you will.
Well, that makes a lot of sense as to the strange kind of magics in the air.
She nods slowly and says, I do think in its prime this thing could have summoned this guardian at will, but given how long ago this spell must have been cast, it seems we're arriving in the right place at the right time.
To be attacked.
Make an insight check.
11.
You see she tussles your hair again and says... and returns to the professor and goes, Professor,
my head's down.
Can assistants get assistance?
Jeremy
He's so heavily, his brow is so heavily furrowed. He's
Jeremy
like,
at the table
I
is
don't know how to react. I don't react to any of this.
The professor looks to you all and says, okay, simmer down now. How are we feeling? Do we need to rest now, or can we keep excavating? And you can see the professor's hands and ears starting to twitch with anticipation.
How we're all feeling? General check-in?
I think we should rest.
I think a rest would be well needed and well enjoyed.
Let's rest then.
Let's rest.
Take an evening.
You wake up on the 8th day of your expedition, halfway to where you're expected to find where the artifacts were. The professor is sure that if you continue down this tunnel, you will able to enter the complex where the pottery fragments were made. Is there anything you want to do before setting off?
Is the Guardian still there, or did it,
It burst apart, and it was already incorporeal anyway, so the rocks and stuff kind of just sunk back into the ground.
So the halberd wasn't actually a halberd, it was just rocks?
It was also probably the size of a 2-story building, so...
Damn.
Shucks.
I think this morning, instead of the usual yoga or tai chi, Louis just gonna carefully go around to everyone, just do like a gentle check-in, hand everyone a little hard candy, and just kind of gently prepare everyone for the day rather than throwing everyone into yoga for an inspiring speech.
All right, take 6 hard candies from your store.
Yep. What does Holly think about my hard candies?
And can I get a strength check from Feng and Lysandra as you start to move away the rest of the rubble?
Sure.
Undo.
17 for Feng.
14 for... 16 for Lysandra.
As you begin to remove each of the last stones and the professor's ears begin to twitch even more eagerly, you finally feel a great expelling of stale air as the remainder of the debris crumbles into a narrow passage, boring deep into the side of the basin. It is pitch black and the ground seems to slope slightly upwards. The passage is vaulted and arched, with small alcoves periodically carved where some combustible was likely burned a long time ago. Despite the heat of the canyon outside, you soon begin to shiver with cold in this doorway and see the breath in front of you and hear only the sound of your heart beating in your ears. And that is where we will end this session.
Ooh.
Spooky.
I can't believe we've been at this for a week. Like in world.
Yeah.
Several weeks in real life.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I don't know if it's just me, but Holly is so suspicious still, and I don't know how to feel about it.
No, 100%.
Like, there's something going on, right? She knows something about this whole, like, necrotic stuff, right?
We just have to catch her out.
Yeah. We have it in. Qwig.
I don't know. I don't.
Qwig's new girlfriend.
It's like help. I have no idea why this is happening. I don't know how I'm supposed to react to any of this. It's just like,
Oh dear. All right, do we have any selfless plugs for this week?
I have one.
Jeremy.
As everyone knows from at least one of my previous selfless plugs, I love really long YouTube videos about really niche topics. But I found this YouTube channel called Dr. Fatima, Fatima, and it's an astrophysicist who talks a lot about intersections of science and politics. And I don't know, I thought really, really good content if you're into that kind of thing. So, yeah.
That sounds really, really interesting.
No worries. And as always, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at DownUnderDungeonPod. Like, comment, and tag us in any of your fan art that you might want to submit. Also, don't forget to chuck us a 5-star rating on both Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And we will see you next week.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
For now.